What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zay back here with another video. And I know I've been slacking. I took 3 days off, not locked in, but now I'm back. I'm back, training my mind and mentally becoming better. Right? On today's video, we are reacting to the SoundCloud rap era. Yes, this is the Lil Pumps, the Stars of the Playboy, the early Cash Card, the early Lil Uzi, the early all Trippy Red. Man, some great names in this video. Make sure you guys pay attention. Let's see what I want you guys to comment for the video. Comment your favorite rapper from the SoundCloud era, or your favorite rapper during that era, right? And make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you drop that comment. Alright, let's get right into it.
The SoundCloud rap era was truly a special time to be a fan of hip-hop.
Yes, sir.
Characterized by distorted beats,
Look at
auto-tune
Trippy,
melodies,
what I say?
social media antics, and of course face tattoos.
Little skies.
The ability to upload music for free straight from your bedroom, SoundCloud was able to birth some of today's biggest stars.
Yeah.
The peak of the platform's popularity was between 2016 to 2018. However, as we're about to see though, not everybody was a fan of these new age artists. So let's take a look at exactly what made this era feel so unique. Starting with the year 2016.
Damn, it's crazy.
Let's take a trip down memory lane.
Bro, the chokehold X had on teenagers was crazy. Like, niggas was dyeing their hair black and gold. That shit was crazy. Everybody was listening, and he had a crazy influence on everybody.
Here is 2016. You open up the SoundCloud app on your iPhone 7 and see that Lil Uzi Vert has randomly dropped another fire mixtape out of nowhere. Not an Uzi fan? Well, then you turn on a different young artist from the 2016 XXL freshman class, the most iconic XXL cover of all time. So now you got your tunes. And next, let's say you go out and catch some Pokemon on this new Pokemon
Go? Oh my god! Pokemon Go, bro, that shit insane. I never got into it, but I remember that shit. Everybody gets that shit. My brother.
Or watch LeBron win his first championship in Cleveland after
so much shit went down in
NBA Finals we've ever seen.
Curry back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Or maybe you decide to scroll on Vine, the OG TikTok, and watch some mannequin challenge videos, bottle flips, killer clown sightings, Harambe memes, or fidget spinner tricks. Many people describe 2016 as the best year of their lives. Your song is over. Let's turn on another timeless track released this year. The amount of legendary music from 2016 is insane. 2016 is often referred to as the best year ever in hip-hop. Even these rappers themselves acknowledge it. With the rise of SoundCloud, social media, face tattoos, streetwear clothing, and media outlets, along with a new and fresh overall sound, which old heads define as quote mumble rap, 2016 really saw one of the biggest culture shifts in hip-hop history. As we take a look at why 2016 was so special for rap.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white band.
It's crazy to think that 2016 was 6 years ago. Now I'm guessing most of you watching this video were either in high school or college back at this time, maybe middle school or just graduated. But regardless, those are some of the best years of most people's lives. You're young and have the world to explore in front of you, significantly less responsibilities, and you also create the most memories at this time, which is part of the reason why we look back at 2016 as being so great.
Shopify is a platform that helps.
Oh, brother!
Started down the path they want. Sometimes starting a business can be scary. I feel like I lost a little piece of my soul.
Nostalgia. You may have heard the saying, we listen to music for the memories it brings back, which I suppose is partly true. And honestly, everybody seemed happier and more at peace. But at the same time, I would argue that we also listen to music because it is good. And looking back on 2016, man, was there a lot of great music released that year. This video would be way too long if I sat here and named off every hit record, timeless album, and new rapper from 2016 that is now a mainstream name today. However, some of these new faces that burst onto the scene in 2016 were showcased in the year's XXL freshman class. The XXL freshman list is a yearly nomination and cosign from the media outlet XXL, basically labeling the selected artists as next up, with emerging names like Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, Denzel Curry, Kodak Black, 21 Savage, G Herbo, and Designer. Yes, this was back when it was the #1 song in the world. The 2016 XXL class is the most iconic ever, thanks in large part to this cipher.
All these niggas stealing my stock, can I get my flow back?
Wasn't no food but rice. All of these bitches, they want me, but they get one night. Fuck 'em. I give a fuck what you saying. Rolling on my beach. What? 30 on my waist. What?
This cipher literally has over 200 million views, which is crazy. As an XXL freshman tradition, the cipher is a chance to show the rap world what you got. However, instead of being super serious, these 6 soon-to-be mainstream artists would have a little more fun with it.
Who the fuck picked this little sorry ass beat? I'm from the ugly corner, man, them little sour ass streets.
Really exemplifying that I don't give a fuck attitude also clear in their music, the young hip-hop fans loved it. These rappers were bringing a unique sound, appearance, and overall swag to the game that just felt so refreshing, and much needed at the time. You could easily see how much fun they were having. It was contagious. However, not everyone was loving it. At first, it honestly seemed like the rap community was split down the middle. You had the old school rap fans versus the new school rap
Everybody
fans.
remember that interview with Lil Uzi and
versus
that one
fans
dude.
of the newly nicknamed mumble rap.
We call it mumble rap.
Oh, so y'all got a name for it?
Yeah, me and my homies. I mean, it ain't no disrespect to the little homies.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same.
Mumble rap would quickly become a term synonymous with SoundCloud rap. Although I've always hated the term and never really understood it, fans of older hip-hop began using mumble rap as a way to describe these new school artists.
Yes. Like, you can't judge it. It just shows that you get older. Because think about it. When we get older, we probably might be judging that shit. We probably might be like, that's just the times. It's just the times, bro. Let the times be.
But however you want to describe it, their new sound was quickly taking over. And it wasn't just the fire music they were releasing that made it so special, but also the way that they were releasing it. SoundCloud, the free streaming service that became the go-to for up-and-coming artists to post their music.
Everybody was a SoundCloud rapper
the music
right there.
industry in 2016, giving artists of all size fan bases a new opportunity to grow an organic following, and allowing hit songs to be made from your bedroom. 2016 wasn't necessarily the start of SoundCloud, as guys like Young Lean, Tyler the Creator, and Chance the Rapper, for example, had been releasing tracks on there before, but this new generation of artists definitely brought SoundCloud to its peak.
I would drop a song and Uzi would drop 2-3 songs, just bump me down to number 3, number 4. And I'm like, you doing that shit on purpose? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, what a shithead, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy. But like, that was like crazy. Like, it was real, like, people were fucking with SoundCloud heavy, and now they still fuck with it, but I guess they a little bit watered it down, but I think they need to, they're gonna figure out something to revamp it.
2016 was also the year we saw Apple Music and Spotify begin skyrocketing in popularity as well. Apple Music would quickly surpass 20 million users just months after launching, while Spotify crossed 100 million users in 2016. As more and more people began switching to monthly payments for an unlimited library of music, physical sales and CDs were becoming a thing of the past. But again, these up-and-coming rappers were pulling insane streaming numbers on SoundCloud alone back at this time. Record labels couldn't help but notice, and we started seeing major labels swoop in and sign these soon-to-be stars. 2016 was the perfect combination of timing and new talent.
I ain't gonna say everybody want to be us, but
man,
everybody want to be us.
Yeah, nigga.
I ain't say it, he said.
Everybody want to be in the lane, and they know you ain't nothing but a clone.
Clone ass nigga.
The music industry was in need of something fresh. Of course, we had big names like Drake and Kanye still at the top, but we weren't seeing new faces make much noise. The whole underground was never really acknowledged before 2016. I would say this past year, 2022, has had the best underground scene since then, but at the same time, it just doesn't quite feel the same since we've seen it before. 2016 also witnessed many of today's biggest stars take that next step to stardom. Travis Scott drops Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, Young Thug drops Slime Season 3 and Jeffrey, Migos drop their trap classic Bad and Bougie, Post Malone drops Stoney, Frank Ocean Blonde, The Weeknd Starboy, and then of course all of the XXL freshmen. Honestly, the list goes on and on.
That was so many hits,
ushered in a new generation of artists and creators. Cole Bennett and his Lyrical Lemonade channel began gaining traction in late 2016 thanks to music videos with guys like Famous Dex and Smoke Perp. Again, another young talent with a fresh take on something that had been around for years. One of the biggest underground media outlets, No Jumper, took off. Adam22 and his YouTube channel allowed us to see a different side of these rappers, with face-to-face interviews.
This is the fucking Smoke Perp interview. Everybody's been looking forward to it. Everybody's asking us to do this shit. So here we have it.
No.
Best 200-word essay in 10 minutes will win $200. I think
Sorry.
No, I'm gonna win. They're both writing about the
Jumper would rapidly increase attention on the underground. I know today there's some mixed feelings out there on Adam22, but you can't deny his impact on the rap scene as a whole. 2016 also saw the rise of streetwear clothing. Virgil Abloh's Off-White, V-Lone, Supreme, Bape, Antisocial Social Club
Supreme's been around,
surged
though.
as streetwear grew more popular by the day. I think it's pretty easy to see why 2016 is considered one of the best years not only in music, but also of our young lives. However, some people argue that 2016 was just the preview for what was to come the next year, 2017. I might have to do a video on that year as well. Though we are told not to look back on the past, I can't help but reminisce on the year of 2016. Thanks to the rise of a new generation of talent, so much great music, innovation and technology that is still used today,
Damn,
and a society
2016
that
was a
connected over the simplest
big-ass
things,
influence
along with,
for you.
of
That
course,
shit's
a
crazy.
little help from nostalgia, 2016 will go down as one of the best years of recent times. The year is 2017. You open up the SoundCloud app on your iPhone 8 and see this new mixtape from a rapper named Playboi Carti. You press play and give it a listen.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
You and your friends hop on this new video game called Fortnite Battle Royale. You don't really know how to play yet, so you just hide in a bush. Meanwhile, Fidget Spinners, Salt Bae, the Solar Eclipse, and the Drive-By Dunk Challenge have social media in a chokehold. Life was good, and definitely so was the music. 2017 was the year that rap officially became the #1 genre of music in the United States. Led by some of the most unique and polarizing figures such as XXXTentacion, Playboi Carti, and Lil Pump to name a few, these genre-bending new artists would forever change hip-hop as we know it. Then combined with the continued rise in certified stardom of the 2016 class, along with of course a little added nostalgia, in this video we'll see why many fans consider 2017 as the best year ever.
Damn.
It's crazy to think that 2017 was 6 years ago. Simply put, 2017 was a legendary year for hip-hop. From some of the biggest mainstream names dropping fire projects like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Jay-Z, Post Malone, Migos, as well as Future's 5th and 6th albums releasing just a week apart, to then all of the new up-and-coming artists we saw burst onto the scene, many of them proving they were here to stay. While 2016 introduced us to these future stars like Lil Uzi Vert, 21 Savage, and Lil Yachty, who all helped ignite this new wave, 2017 ushered in an entire fresh group of young rappers who would build on their sound and continue to revolutionize the industry. One of the main leaders of this movement was 19-year-old Florida artist XXXTentacion. The massive success and impact that X was able to have in his short career may honestly never be seen again. X had been making music since 2013 but would begin receiving mainstream attention in 2017 with Look At Me. Although released 2 years prior, Look At Me blew up following some controversy with Drake, one of the biggest artists in the world, after Drake previewed a new song titled KMT at his show. Fans started calling Drake out for stealing X's flow from Look At Me, and I'll agree it does sound very similar. After hearing the snippet, X would tweet his frustration saying, "I'm not the first person he bit, nor will I be the last. Drake a pussy, money don't buy you respect." Drake later went on to deny these rumors, claiming that he never even heard the song but could see how people drew comparisons, except X still wasn't buying it.
I hear that. I'm like, what the f? As soon as it started, like I knew he was getting that. Like they did a mashup. They put his verse on my song, and the cadence is literally just at the same tempo. It's not offbeat at all.
Regardless though, this would all help the song go viral and put XXXTentacion on the map. With its extremely heavy and distorted bass, Look At Me was really unlike anything we'd ever heard in the mainstream. However, the reason X was so praised as an artist was due to his versatility, and how he was able to blend multiple different styles into his music. Along with Lil Peep, X is credited as one of the early pioneers of the emo rap subgenre that exploded in 2017, then carried on by Juice WRLD the following year.
Juice WRLD! I remember exactly what I was doing when I first listened to his first album, bro. When I first listened to when it dropped, I was playing Fortnite. In my sister's room in my apartment, my parents' apartment. And I was listening to it, I was grinding for it. Battle Pass XP, bro. That shit was so crazy.
Fusing aspects of hip-hop, trap, punk, and rock, as well as with lyrics centered around heartbreak and depression, emo rappers were able to quickly gain cult followings due to their vulnerability.
It's like trying to consume me. It's almost like it's trying to get inside of my mind, you know? So I've started to look at myself very differently and beat myself up. And you guys are the only thing that gives me hope.
Back in January of 2017, Lil Peep was labeled as the future of emo by Pitchfork. Unfortunately though, his career was cut short just a few months later after an overdose on fake pills. Peep's death brought even more attention to the genre and to artists such as Lil Aaron, Lil Tracy, and Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd was another upcoming artist who exploded onto the scene in 2017, releasing still my favorite Trippie projects, A Love Letter to You 1 and 2, both in that same year. Trippie quickly became one of the hottest new artists due to his uniqueness. He would link up with his quote best friend X for their biggest hit, F Love, on X's debut album 17. The release and success of 17 in August was a defining moment for emo rap in the mainstream, as the album would go on to debut at number 2 on the Billboard 200. Along with that, their now 9-time platinum Nick Mira produced track F Love would soon become the #1 most streamed song ever on SoundCloud, which is pretty crazy.
Posted an Instagram snippet the night after. X had texted me and he was like, bro, I need that. I sent it to him and he was like, bro, I'm putting this on my album. I'm like, alright, bet.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a closet if I have to.
That's crazy.
So I use samples because, I play.
If SoundCloud as a platform wasn't already mainstream, then the 2017 class definitely carried it.
The instrumentals that came out of the SoundCloud era
changed the game,
will never be beaten. Never. The instrumentals are insane.
There was just something so organic about the SoundCloud era. Artists were literally recording platinum songs from their bedrooms, then uploading them whenever they felt like it. When the SoundCloud scene was at its height, there were unsigned underground artists doing more numbers than mainstream acts. No label pushed, just a loyal audience. It was an era, says Lyrical Lemonade founder Cole Bennett, whose music videos were also a staple of that time period. Then the labels caught on and nothing has been the same since. Everything feels so artificial now. It wasn't only SoundCloud either, but streaming as a whole continued to drastically transform the music industry. With a total of 400 billion streams, 2017 saw a 43% increase compared to the year prior, as Apple Music and Spotify were making it easier than ever for us fans to listen to music. It was truly a special time. However, it was also a controversial one.
We call it mumble rap.
Oh, so y'all got a name for it?
Yeah, me and my homies. It ain't no disrespect to the little homies.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same.
Yeah.
At first, it honestly seemed like the rap community was split down the middle. Although I've never liked the term, mumble rap would soon become synonymous with these new age artists. And while it originated the year prior, 2017 would give us even more artists that fit that description perfectly. One of the most popular being Atlanta rapper Playboi Carti. Following the release of his debut commercial self-titled mixtape in April, Playboi Carti became the most talked about upcoming artist. Thanks to his unique and original sound style and flow, Carti was another breath of fresh air in the scene.
You know, I feel like, honestly, we all got a different sound too, and that's even better. You know what I'm saying? You got 21 and solid shit. You got Yachty on his mainstream shit. You got Uzi on his rock star shit. You got me on my pop star shit. It just all goes.
Everyone fits in a different lane.
Yeah.
However, fans of older hip-hop and more lyrical rap were quick to criticize Carti and his music. Honestly, I feel like you either loved him or you hated him. Everything sounds like an ad-lib, even the main lyrics. Read the New York Times. It is basically a glorified beat tape with ad-libs, Hip Hop DX's review stated. But alongside his producer Pierre Bourne, Playboi Carti has since gone on to become arguably the most influential rapper of the last decade. And this debut mixtape still holds up today. Another controversial lane made popular in 2017 was what many refer to as, quote, ignorant rap. Spearheaded, of course, by one of the most polarizing figures hip-hop has ever seen, Lil Pump. Again, definitely a guy you either hated or loved.
It's just ignorant shit, bro. Like, I just make ignorant shit that's catchy, bro. People fuck with. That's what people fuck with.
After major success on SoundCloud with singles like D-Rose and Boss, Lil Pump would sign to Warner Records 2 months before his 17th birthday. His minimalistic music was low-key catchy, and his drugged-out teenage persona was working to perfection. He was the prime example of using social media antics to boost your streams. Pump would drop his iconic single Gucci Gang that summer, and then his self-titled debut album shortly after, which would both impressively peak at number 3 on the charts. The Florida hip-hop scene in general was on fire back in 2017. There was Lil Pump and his good friend Smoke Perp, who Perp gave us, in my opinion, a SoundCloud classic with Dead Star 1. There was X and Ski Mask the Slump God going crazy, as well as Denzel Curry and Kodak Black. Oh yeah, and remember Supreme Patty? We also have to give credit to producer Ronnie J for his work on a lot of these Florida hits at the time.
Oh my god, Ronnie.
And for really helping shape that signature sound with his distorted 808s.
I for sure paid attention. I realized, like, okay, like their sound is more like dirty, like underground. It's not super clean. Because like I never knew how to mix. So, you know, everyone thought I was doing things on purpose, but really, like, I didn't know what I was doing like that.
Rap media outlets like No Jumper and XXL also continued to thrive, arguably hitting their prime this year as the genre grew by the day. 2017 was a special time to be a fan of hip-hop. However, some fans argue it was only a preview of what was to come the next year in 2018. Stay tuned for that video coming soon. But thanks to the perfect storm of new artists bringing a fresh sound and style to the game, the continued rise of streaming platforms including SoundCloud, again a little nostalgia, as well as with just an exciting and original energy around the genre, 2017 will go down as a legendary year for music. The year is 2018. You open up the SoundCloud app on your iPhone X, which no longer has a home button, and see this new artist named Juice WRLD. You press play and give it a listen. You and your friends hop on some OG Fortnite as the game's in its prime, while you also watch J.R. Smith blow the NBA Finals. You scroll through social media and see some of the strangest things going viral, such as a guy squeezing lemons into his eyes, 11-year-old kids flexing sports cars and getting record deals yodeling in Walmart, and of course we can't forget people eating Tide Pods. It was definitely a very memorable time to be alive. However, looking back, 2018 was also filled with a lot of great music. 2018 saw hip-hop stand its ground as the #1 genre of music for the second year in a row, led by new faces like Juice WRLD, Lil Skies, and Lil Baby, in addition to these other artists who blew up the year prior, now becoming stars. Along with a little help from nostalgia, in this video we'll see why many fans consider 2018 as the best year ever.
My fault, y'all.
New paddock on my wrist, yeah. White diamond in them shits in pink, yeah. Got
For the Philadelphia Eagles,
hey,
it's over. In college basketball, UNBC makes history.
Laurel.
Damn, I remember that.
It's crazy to think that 2018 was 5 years ago. Simply put, 2018 was an iconic year for hip-hop. From some of the biggest mainstream names dropping fire projects like Travis Scott's Astroworld, Lil Wayne's long-awaited Carter 5 we never thought we'd hear, J. Cole, Drake, Post Malone, A$AP Rocky, and Kanye West's run of 7-track EPs including Kids See Ghosts, to then all of the new up-and-coming artists we saw burst onto the scene. And although 2016 and 2017 were great years too and first introduced us to some of these new wave artists, many fans will tell you though that 2018 was the golden age of the SoundCloud era. New artists were blowing up seemingly every week and bringing a fresh sound and style, pushing the genre to record heights of attention and interest. However, as we'll see in a second, it was also the final prime year of SoundCloud as the platform's downfall began shortly after. It's impossible to mention SoundCloud or even just music in 2018 without bringing up arguably the hottest artist of the year, 19-year-old Chicago rapper Juice WRLD. What Juice WRLD was able to accomplish in a matter of months in 2018 may honestly never be seen again. Joining XXXTentacion and Lil Peep as pioneers of the emerging emo rap subgenre, not only did Juice WRLD's infectious melodies and crazy freestyling ability make him one of the most talented artists we've ever seen, but back in 2018 it started to feel like almost every SoundCloud rapper was influenced by Juice's sound.
People love to hear something that came out that was good, that's natural, that doesn't sound forced, it sounds authentic. People love that.
And although both Nick Mira produced tracks All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams were posted on SoundCloud the year prior, it wasn't until after re-releasing them as official singles under Interscope in 2018 that they exploded into the mainstream. With the help of 2 legendary Cole Bennett music videos, there was simply no escaping these songs in 2018. Closing in on now 1 billion views on YouTube alone, by far the most viewed Lyrical Lemonade video to date, Lucid Dreams would not only go on to peak at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and become the 4th most streamed song in SoundCloud history, but also stay Juice WRLD's biggest hit of his career, now certified 11 times platinum.
It's funny because I wrote that song in like 15 minutes. I didn't think that was gonna be it was just another song. Obviously I liked it enough to put it on the project, but I didn't think that was gonna be the smash.
After releasing his debut album and one of my favorite projects of the year in May, and then securing a collab tape with his idol Future a few months later, Juice WRLD had already cemented himself a star before the age of 20. But another young artist who blew up in that same auto-tune melodic lane was Lil Skies, who I don't think I'm alone when saying this guy dominated my playlist in 2018. Nostalgia aside, it truly was a fun time to be a fan of hip-hop. However, like every year, despite all the highs that came in 2018, also came the lows. I believe we all remember where we were when we heard the unfortunate news on the afternoon of June 18th, 2018.
I think X got shot. You said what?
X got shot, bro. I think X got shot. Like, for real, I think X got shot, bro.
The information, what I just heard, was that he's passed.
Ski Master Slump God's best friend, XXXTentacion, was shot and killed while leaving a motorcycle shop in South Florida. As only a 20-year-old kid, the influence that X was able to have in such short amount of time was insane. And although 2017 was when he first started to blow up, just 3 months prior to his murder, X had dropped his Question Mark album in March, going on to debut at number 1. R.I.P. X, Juice WRLD tweeted after hearing what had happened. Musically, I really looked up to you. Juice was in the studio the night of X's passing, and the very next day he would drop 2 new singles on SoundCloud, with Legend serving as a tribute to X and Lil Peep. Meanwhile, XXXTentacion continued to break records even after he was gone, as Sad would top the Billboard charts that next week, making X the first rapper to posthumously go number 1 since Biggie Smalls in '97. However, X wasn't the only artist we'd see release their final album in 2018, as only a few months later in September we'd receive some more terrible news.
Rapper Mac Miller has reportedly died of an overdose. TMZ is reporting that Miller was found dead on Friday at his home in California's San Fernando Valley.
These were 2 big losses to both the hip-hop community and the music industry as a whole, especially since X was now a leading face of this new movement, basically the poster child for SoundCloud rap. But elsewhere in 2018, on the more street side of the genre, was another rising artist whose run was about as impressive as they come. Entering the year hot off his first hit, My Dog, it was Lil Baby's consistency in 2018, though, that left no doubt he was here to stay. His debut album in May boosted him into the spotlight even more thanks to a Drake feature on Yes Indeed. And if you still hadn't heard of Lil Baby, I'm sure you definitely did after his collab project that fall with Gunna, another Atlanta rapper who was having a breakout year, and together the project's Grammy-nominated single, Drip Too Hard, would not only become one of the biggest songs of 2018, but is now literally certified diamond in the US.
You say Gunna's your closest friend in the
diamond? Yeah. Definitely. I like consider Gunna like we ain't friends, you know what I'm saying? Like we like more than friends, so it's like on a different level.
Along with one more Lil Baby mixtape to close out the year, we also have to mention NBA Youngboy, who is on a run of his own, and as always was feeding his fans very well. In 2018, we also saw Drake land the biggest hit of his career, leading everyone to sing about how much they love their beds. In addition to settling his longtime beef with Meek Mill and then playing Fortnite with Ninja, 18-year-old Sheck West secured maybe the hottest song of the year before basically disappearing forever. Childish Gambino returned with his polarizing new single and music video, This Is America. Rich the Kid delivered Plug Walk and what I thought was a really good debut album. Kanye West linked up with Lil Pump for the year's most unexpected collab. Producers such as Pierre Bourne, Nick Mira, Murder Beats, and Metro Boomin were killing it on the production side of things. Jay-Z and Beyonce raked in a cool $250 million on their joint tour together, and Travis Scott rode a roller coaster through his first headlining arena tour, while smaller shows like Playboi Carti's Neon Tour were just as hype, arguably even more hype as these future stars had small venues packed to the brim across the country. As the identity and sound of hip-hop was changing, so was the way we as listeners consumed it. Streaming platforms like Apple Music and Spotify continued to see huge increases, while individual track sales on iTunes dropped a total of 28%. The streaming era had officially taken over. However, after losing XXXTentacion and then Juice WRLD a year later, it honestly felt like SoundCloud died when Juice did. Yeah, there were still artists who found success on the platform, but it just never felt the same as it had between 2016 to 2018. And as we can see here, overall interest in SoundCloud rap began its decline the following year. That following year, 2019, saw Lil Nas X show the world how to go #1 through social media, soon starting the trend of TikTok hits. And then, of course, we all know what 2020 had in store. When the SoundCloud scene was at its height, there were unsigned underground artists doing more numbers than mainstream acts. No label push, just a loyal audience, says Cole Bennett. It was an era. Then the labels caught on and nothing has been the same since. Everything feels so artificial now. While there's no doubt that nostalgia definitely plays a big factor when we look back on these years, there's also no doubt that the artists of 2018 revolutionized hip-hop forever, carrying the genre to new heights with their distorted bass and auto-tune melodies. Although we're told not to look back in the past, 2018 will always be a very special time to remember. Appreciate you guys watching, and make sure to check out my main channel, 1111.
Look, I got stuck in the video, bro. That's fucking sad. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that video as much as I did. I thought that was a great watch. Make sure y'all like, subscribe once again, and like, and subscribe. See you later.